Long before the world understood what an empire truly was, there existed a land where time seemed to move at its own pace. A place where stone remembered what people forgot, where power wasn't rushed, it was carefully grown. While other civilizations rose in chaos and collapsed in fire, Egypt stood apart, quiet, observant, patient. Not because it was lucky, not because it was hidden from the world, but because Egypt understood something the rest of the ancient world had yet to learn. Power is not built overnight. It is built slowly. At the center of Egypt's rise flowed a river, the Nile. Not wild, not unpredictable, but steady, reliable, and unforgiving to those who failed to understand it. Every year, almost like a promise kept, its waters returned, flooding the land, renewing the soil, feeding the people. While others prayed simply to survive, Egypt planned ahead. Food became surplus. Surplus became population. Population became labor. And labor became control. The Nile did more than feed Egypt, it connected it. It moved armies without roads, carried stone without wheels, turned distance into advantage. Egypt didn't chase power. Power flowed toward Egypt. Surrounded by burning deserts, guarded by the sea, and protected by nature itself, Egypt grew without interruption. While rival societies weakened themselves through endless conflict, Egypt strengthened quietly, layer by layer, generation after generation. Time became Egypt's greatest weapon. At the center of it all stood one figure, the Pharaoh. Not a king in the usual sense, but a living god. His authority wasn't debated. It was believed. To obey the Pharaoh wasn't submission, it was order. To question him wasn't rebellion, it was chaos. That belief created unity no army could ever force. Millions moved together not because they were afraid, but because they believed. And belief is the strongest form of loyalty. Egypt ruled through structure, through records, through systems so precise they turned farming, trade, labor, and law into tools of power. Scribes tracked history as it unfolded. Officials planned harvests before seeds ever touched the soil. Nothing was left to chance. Every resource counted. Every worker mattered. This wasn't a civilization reacting to the world around it. It was shaping it. And when the world finally tested Egypt's strength, Egypt didn't panic. It adapted. Armies became permanent. Weapons improved. Chariots thundered across battlefields. Egypt expanded with intention. Borders moved outward. Trade routes came under control. Rivals learned caution. Gold flowed in from the south. Cedar arrived from distant lands. Spices, incense, and luxury goods filled Egypt's cities. Wealth built monuments. Monuments reinforced authority. Authority preserved dominance. Then came the stone giants, pyramids rising into the sky, not just as tombs, but as declarations. Proof that Egypt could unite tens of thousands of people behind a single vision. These structures didn't suggest power. They announced it. Religion held everything together. The gods explained the universe. Ma'at, cosmic balance, explained life itself. To disrupt order was to invite destruction. To obey was to live in harmony. Egypt didn't just rule territory. It ruled meaning. And that is why it lasted. Dynasties changed. Kings died. Enemies rose and disappeared. But Egypt remained. For more than 3,000 years, Egypt stood as the ancient world's constant. A civilization that mastered geography, belief, organization, and time itself. Not the loudest empire, not the fastest, but the first to truly understand what real power required. And long before history ever used the word superpower, Egypt had already become one. If the story of Egypt's rise fascinated you, imagine what other secrets history is hiding. Subscribe to Cinematic History Files and join us as we uncover the untold power of the ancient world. Don't just watch history, experience it.